The Lady of Heaven.
The Lady of Heavens.
The Lady of Heaven.
The Lady of Heaven.
The Lady of Heaven.
The Lady of Heaven.
Lady of Heaven.
The Lady of Heaven.
The Lady of Heaven.
Lady of Heaven.
Lady of Heaven.
The 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 Lady of Heaven.
Lady of Heaven.
The Lady of Heaven.
Lady of Heaven.
The 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 Lady of Heaven.
She's the daughter of Muhammad.
Daughter of the Prophet Muhammad.
Muhammad's daughter, Fatima, who is inspiring a lot of action.
Fatima, who was the daughter of Prophet Muhammad.
The struggle of a lady named Fatima. And this Fatima lady is the daughter of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him.
Hazrat Fatima was a favorite daughter of the Prophet Muhammad. This film is about the untold story of Fatima, or the Lady Fatima.
The historical untold story of Lady Fatima.
The whole idea of it being an untold story, like what was this whole untold story of Fatima that hasn't been told?
There were so many things happening, like one guy slapped her, they just like tried to burn her house down. And they said they were gonna listen to a woman, and it was just a lot was happening.
Yeah, and then she had to go through a lot of suffering, and that required a lot of courage.
We're going all the way back, almost to the beginning of Islam, and we're putting it side by side with images of conflict within Islam today.
It's got that mixture of modern times and the 1400 years ago times. And so the 7th century.
So what we got here, the synopsis is two stories separated by 1400 years. After losing his mother in the midst of a war-torn country, an Iraq child learns the importance and power of patience by discovering the historical story of Lady Fatima and her suffering.
With her suffering, so it's wow, it's something dramatic.
21. It got 1 million views though. I'm gonna watch this. See what's going on here. I don't know what to expect though. I really don't know what to expect. So let me just shut up and go ahead and get straight to it.
You're gonna let a woman tell us what to do. We will burn her out.
I know it's just a movie, but that kind of just like upset me a little bit, because if, like, let's just use the most simple example. You would never let a woman tell, basically you're saying you would never let a woman lead us. What about your mom? What about your grandmother? Your aunt? Your older sister? You know what I'm saying?
God will judge all of you.
Ooh, they finna be judged, honey.
Whoa, he
God will
slapped
judge
her?
all of you.
We will burn her. Okay, so this is maybe another reason why this film is so controversial, right? Those group were saying, are we gonna let a woman, tell us what to do? So as if like they don't want a woman to rule them out, or they don't want a woman to tell them what to do, right? But I feel like Fatima, driven by her faith and as a successor of her father, the Prophet Muhammad, she stand by her faith, and those faith maybe cost her life, because it shows to the next scenes that it looks like they're going to do something bad to her.
The story of Fatima, daughter of the Prophet Muhammad, which is not so advertised for obvious reason. Lacking Catholicism or other religion, the role of the women have always been shunned away, repressed, put down a little bit. So it's nothing new in their way. It's sort of same dynamic.
And she was practicing her faith, but I think she was trying to create some kind of leadership. And the men, obviously, with the arrogance, saying, oh, we're not going to listen to no woman. Who she thinks she is? So that makes me want to watch the movie, because I'm all about woman power. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no.
Did they kill Lady Fatima?
What to do? We will burn her out.
Oh wow, so she got burned back in the day?
God will judge all.
Yeah, there's always been sexism.
Yeah.
Gonna let a woman rule us. Gonna let a woman tell us what to do. Hell no.
They are fucking evil. Those people.
You're gonna let a woman tell us what to do. We will burn her out.
Nah, man, that's wrong, bro.
What to do? We will burn her out. We will burn her out.
Oh! Oh wow! Oh no!
I mean, that the whole situation that happened after the Prophet, peace be upon him, died when Islam split is a sour point for me anyway. It makes me feel very sad, and it makes me realize just how human we really are, because those people knew the Prophet, peace be upon him. Those people were best friends, related, and they couldn't even make peace. You know, they, for power and status and everything, we split our entire ummah in half.
He said, mention a story of a person who has watched the film, as in one of the people whom are non-Muslims, and what was their feedback after watching the film. There are many personalities that we can pick from, but soon enough, I believe, maybe soon enough, you would see for example, maybe an interview with that person, or of such manner. You will, inshallah, you will be updated with regards to this, inshallah. However, it's astonishing that they all were extremely worried. Not worried as in fear, but they were distressed. They were distressed to know that such thing happened, and for 1,400 years the Muslims were silent about it. They could not understand why and how you could remain silent over such a thing. And not just remain silent, rather conceal it, bury it, hide it away from the people. This is the daughter of your Prophet. This happens to her. And this is factual. Answering brother Abbas's question for those who say this is not factual, this is factual. They were extremely distressed seeing this, knowing this. And it's really, it planted in their hearts, inshallah, the seed of guidance. The seed of guidance. They were deeply inspired by the story of Lady Fatima. They were deeply inspired to the extent that when they finished production, when they finished when they finished recording the film, as in the series of the recording phase, let's call it, they actually took dust or sand, earth. They took sand from the place of recording, and they took it and they put it in a bag with them to serve as memory for them. And they thought as if it was barakah, blessings. I saw this picture with my own eyes. They had written the Lady of Heaven, and they've collected the sand, where the earth, the ground, where the film was recorded, and they've put it in bags, and they've kept it with them as memory. Many stories we can bring, many things we will bring, and inshallah this will be hopefully if the management sees best and the company sees best, we request from them to document, to put these incidents, to put these events as on the upcoming documentary, inshallah, if that's going to be had, where one will be amazed, one would be absolutely amazed to to see all these people for the first time hearing about such a lady and a stand of such a lady, how they were deeply inspired by her story. And this is something that you will soon touch, especially when the film comes out, inshallah.
Her legacy lives on.
What a very powerful, emotional movie. You know, when it comes to the quality of the movie, it's highly cinematic. You know, I love the whole production. It was quite intense, and it's nice, you know, to be able to see this kind of movie in English, because then, you know, I don't know much about the Islam or about the Muslim people, and you know, watching this in English, knowing that English is the international language, is more easy for me to maybe understand or relate, because it's done in English language, right? I think that the movie is all about the story of Lady Fatima. In that story, based on what I saw on that movie trailer, I feel like, you know, the story is all about showing what happened to Lady Fatima. You know, she is the daughter of Prophet Muhammad, so of course she will be the successor, right? And as if like she is a victim of terrorists, and because of that, you know, people want justice. It's sad that it's happened like 1,400 years ago, you know, the untold story of Lady Fatima. So I was just wondering why it's only now, why it's only came out now, why it's never told before. Is it because some people don't want this to come out? So if this is based on a real story, then I would say that it's very tragic, right? On what they did to Lady Fatima. It's very tragic what happened to her. Maybe until now, some people still want the truth, want justice, want answer. Okay.
Wow, I'm definitely watching that. Definitely. I wish we could do a watch together, because, oh, it's so good. I know it'd be so good and so heartbreaking at the same time. Oh, man, got my heart going beep-a-boop, boop, 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 boop. Whew. I love powerful stuff like that. Spiritual, powerful stuff with hope, faith, loss. Man. Anyway, sorry, I was took it to.
Wow. So guys, there you have it. What we watched was purely satisfying, emotional, and heartfelt trailer from the Lady of Heavens. Definitely, this is one of those movies that I would like to watch. To be honest, I do not know when and where it will be released. It is clearly stated that it will be aired soon. I'll have to wait for it. I have so many learnings from this trailer. Even if this is just a short movie presentation, it covers everything. One of the statements that really struck me and got me was the statement, no matter how afraid you are, be strong. You have to fight for what you believe in. We'll have to do what is right and just. Even if nobody sees it, we have to spread kindness and goodness to every person we are meeting. I also learned the value of standing for what you believe in. I've learned the value of believing in yourself. I've learned the value of faith. We have to strengthen our faith in God. If we want to be saved and we want the absolute love and salvation, we have to be sure that we are only doing the right thing. In order for us to grant salvation and we want the absolute love, we'll have to strive for what is right, for what is good,
and for what is just. As you can see a while ago, I got too emotional because I can feel the sincerity, the honesty, that emotions was absolutely incredible. That went straight to my heart. I will definitely watch this soon, and I think and I guess I will be suggesting this to all of my friends for them to see and watch the trailer so that they will learn something new, relevant, and meaningful from this movie trailer.